Meghan Markle just got hit with what might be the most humiliating snub of the year. While the world's biggest celebrities were sailing into Venice for Jeff Bezos' jaw-dropping $50 million wedding, Meghan was nowhere to be found, and it wasn't by accident. Rumors are exploding that she tried to score an invite multiple times and got completely iced out. So what really happened between Meghan and the billionaire power couple? This might just expose more than anyone expected. Jeff Bezos and Lauren Sanchez didn't just throw a wedding. They staged an all-out spectacle in the heart of Venice. From the historic San Giorgio Maggiore church to a star-studded yacht after-party on the Arsenale waterfront, the event screamed money, power, and elite connections. It wasn't just a wedding. It was a 3-day global headline. The cost? Estimated at over $50 million. And with hundreds of hand-picked guests flown in on private jets, security on lockdown, and paparazzi swarming every dock, it was clear this wasn't just about love. It was a statement. But in the middle of all this luxury and celebration, one name was missing. And that's where things get interesting. Bezos didn't just invite the rich and famous. He curated a guest list that looked like the front row of the Met Gala mixed with a billionaire brain trust. Oprah Winfrey was spotted sailing in like royalty. Kim Kardashian and Kris Jenner arrived in full glam, while Ivanka Trump and Jared Kushner casually mingled with the likes of Leonardo DiCaprio, Orlando Bloom, and Katy Perry. Even legendary rock icons like Mick Jagger showed up, turning the event into a bizarre but fascinating blend of Hollywood, tech, politics, and old-school fame. This wasn't just a wedding. It was the social summit of the decade, a place where alliances were made, and cameras weren't needed to know who held real power. Every angle of the celebration was dripping in wealth and exclusivity, and every face in the crowd added to the mystique. But as photos leaked online and media outlets breathlessly listed every A-lister in attendance, people started asking, where was Meghan Markle? After all, this was the kind of elite event she's been trying to attach herself to for years. She's shared stages with Oprah, been on magazine covers, and rubbed shoulders with half the people on that guest list. So why wasn't she there? The answer might be more brutal than anyone expected. That's when the internet exploded with whispers and some not-so-subtle shade. According to a now viral Reddit thread with thousands of comments, Meghan didn't just expect an invite. She allegedly pushed for one. Rumors claim she made multiple attempts. Some say 3 separate outreach efforts to get herself and Prince Harry onto that coveted guest list. The response? Total silence. Not a polite decline, not a last-minute change, just cold, calculated nothing. One commenter even claimed she thought her Oprah connection would guarantee her a spot, but Bezos isn't playing that game. Another added, she's not A-list anymore. She's a liability. Of course, it's all anonymous gossip, but the traction these claims are getting online says something louder than words. People believe it because in the eyes of the public, Meghan's social capital isn't what it used to be. And the idea that she was outright rejected from the most talked-about wedding of the year? That stings. But the real question is, was this a simple oversight or a deliberate message from one power couple to another? Here's the thing. There's no official record, no leaked email, no concrete proof that Meghan ever reached out or got turned down. Mainstream outlets haven't touched it, and Bezos' camp certainly isn't commenting. But that silence? It's only feeding the speculation. Because if the rumors aren't true, why is no one shutting them down? The timing couldn't be worse for Meghan either. Her public image has taken hit after hit. Failed deals, icy royal relations, and critics who say she's clinging to relevance. So when a story like this catches fire online, it doesn't matter if it's fact or fiction. The court of public opinion has already decided she was snubbed, and worse, that she deserved it. Social media has turned her into the punchline of a party she never even got to attend. And with every repost and reaction, the story grows, twisting what may have started as baseless gossip into something much harder to shake. But what if there's more to the silence than just embarrassment? What if Meghan's team isn't denying it? Because there's nothing to deny. This isn't just about one missed wedding invite. It's about what that exclusion symbolizes. For Meghan, who once stood at the peak of global attention with a royal title, a Netflix deal, and Oprah's backing, being left out of the biggest celebrity gathering of the year sends a loud and brutal message. Her status among the elite might be fading. And let's not forget, this was more than just a wedding. It was a power play. Bezos brought together a who's who of Hollywood. Politics, fashion, and business. Every person there wasn't just a guest. They were handpicked, influential, and safe for the brand. Meghan? She's become a lightning rod for controversy. From her explosive royal interviews to public falling outs and flopped business ventures, she's seen less as a media darling and more as a walking headline risk. In that world, perception is everything, and being visibly excluded can do more damage to your image than 1,000 bad articles. Meanwhile, people like Kim Kardashian, with her polarizing past, were included, because say what you want about Kim, she knows how to play the game without burning bridges. Meghan's situation hints at something deeper, a quiet shift in how the elite see her. And that's what's really raising eyebrows. But the most surprising part? Some believe this wasn't just a cold shoulder. It might have been personal. Some insiders are now speculating that Meghan's exclusion wasn't just a PR calculation, it might have been a deliberate personal snub. The theory goes deeper than just social status. According to entertainment insiders, there's quiet tension between Meghan and a few of the wedding guests, especially those tied to media empires and high-powered PR circles. One name that's come up repeatedly? Jamie Mizrahi, Lauren Sanchez's close friend and celebrity stylist. Mizrahi is deeply connected in the Hollywood scene and reportedly wasn't thrilled about Meghan's attempts to network her way back into the A-list. And while Meghan has maintained a public friendship with Oprah, even that bond hasn't guaranteed her access to events like this one. In fact, Oprah's presence at the wedding, with no sign of Meghan, sent a subtle but powerful message. And it's not just who attended, but who didn't protest it. No one questioned her absence. No one asked about it publicly. In a space where silence speaks volumes, Meghan's name wasn't even whispered. That's the part stinging the most. Not the rejection itself, but the eerie lack of acknowledgement. It's like she was never even in the running. But this whole situation begs the question, was there a last-minute invitation that never got accepted? Or was she iced out from the start? In the end, whether Meghan ever truly asked for an invite or was simply left out without a word almost doesn't matter anymore. The public narrative has taken on a life of its own. A wedding that was supposed to celebrate love and luxury ended up reigniting whispers about Meghan's place in the social hierarchy she once seemed destined to dominate. The snub, real or rumored, speaks to something bigger. How quickly the spotlight can shift, and how unforgiving the elite circle can be when it closes ranks. Meghan's rise was meteoric, but moments like this remind everyone how far she's fallen in the eyes of the power players. And whether she's staying silent by choice or because there's nothing to say, the message is loud and clear. One of the most watched women in the world wasn't even a footnote at the biggest celebrity wedding of the year. Was it a coincidence or a calculated exclusion? Let me know what you think in the comments. And if you want more on the hidden politics of Hollywood and royalty, you're going to want to stick around.